Hello folks and welcome back to another lesson. Classic Incubus today. I don't think we've done an Incubus tune before and thought we might as well start with one of the most popular ones. Acoustic, obviously, standard tuning, so that's all good. The solo's really cool. I think it has like 3 overdubs. You have an acoustic guitar part, a slide part and an electric part. And I'm also going to be using these 2 pedals. That's the Thorpe FX Gunshot and the Walrus Audio M1 because it's got a rotary setting. So together they sound like this. So those are the tones. Back to the acoustic. First chord is an E minor 7, which looks a bit like that, but you're not going to be barring your first finger. You're going to be wanting the first and third strings to be open. That's the first chord. The second one is this bad boy. Next one's a C major 7, but with the open E. And the next one is... I'm not sure what that chord is. I'll put it here. So you've got basically 5th fret, and then you naturally mute the next string, and then 5th fret, and then 2 open. Okay, so incidental stuff. This is what's tricky about this, because you've got to play... I always go to... But he's going to the 5th of that chord. So if you can, try and do that. Then you've got down, down, up. And then you're going to stop all the strings, I think with your right hand. And then move to that position, and you're going to do a little up whack, if you can get that in. It's quite percussive, this, actually. He does strum quite a lot more than I've put in here, but we'll come to that in a bit. So then you've got... And then an open 4th string, or D string, right? So it's... So see how I'm going to one note before I do this full chord, right? Then. So it's got a very cool rhythmic feel. So that's what makes this tricky, actually, not just the chord voicings. So again, the first bar. Okay, and then you go down to the C chord, right? But if you hit the root first, that gives you a whole beat to sort your fingers out for the rest of the chord. And that rhythm is identical. If you look at the rhythmic parts, first bar and second bar are the same. Okay, so one more time slowly. Okay, and then to speed. Now you'll notice there's a little bit more going on there than I've tabbed, and basically you just want to have quite a loose feel and go for almost a 16th note strumming pattern in some parts. Right? Now for this first chord, you can let the low E ring out. Second one you could as well, because it's another E chord, it's an E minor 9. But he doesn't play it, so I'm not going to. So here I'm muting that string with my second finger, right? Again here, muting the low string with my tip of my first finger. So there's some notes there, hopefully that helps. Next section, you go to the C major 7. to an A7, right? And you're going to keep your third and fourth fingers in situ and slide them down from the 5th fret to the 2nd, right? And then with this rhythm. And you do this little fill where you pull off your little finger. Okay? But with the chord held. And then again. That's pretty straightforward. Do that 3 times, and then the 4th time. And then you do a little crescendo in back into. One other note, when you go to the verse part, the dynamics come down a little bit, so you're going to play. So a little bit more palm muting, a little bit lighter touch, basically. You know, try and keep it funky if you can. Then over the top you will hear this little fill. Just basically 8th notes playing 12th fret on the E and the B string. So for the solo part, you can do all of this on the acoustic if you wish. There's also a slide part overdubbed, I think. But the solo goes like this. So let's break that down into little chunks. So you're starting off on the 3 and, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you're going to do a slide from the 5th to the 7th. And then I'm hitting the 7th fret on the top E, right? Then 10-8. Again. Then you're going to slide from the 10th fret down to the 3rd. I would use my first finger to slide down, and that in context is going to go. And then you've got some grace note hammer-ons and slides. So you're going to play 3, 4. So there's a little bit of phrasing to get your head around there, but that part again, 3, 4. Okay, then you've got. And I'm playing it all on one string deliberately because if you want to do it on the slide, then it's easier that way, right? So again, you've got 8, 10, 12, and that's on the 3 and as well. So 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? So far we have. And then you've got this little rundown. So from the 12th fret, you've got this phrase. Okay, and then you've got a rundown and you're finished. Now when you come down to this part, there is another little bit going on which goes. That bit there. You know, you get sort of some double stops happening in the background, but I would just stick with the single notes. One of the guitar parts actually goes to that, an 8th note earlier, so, you know, pick your poison, either go on the 4th beat or the 3 and then you're going to play. So that part is just grace note hammer on from the 3rd to the 5th. And then a slide. And then you go to the 2nd fret again, just before the end of the beat on the 4-hand. So that's the solo part. And then back onto the acoustic, you have the ending part, which just goes. Which is pretty straightforward. And that's it, you're done. Hope you enjoyed that one. See you again soon.